Joining us on the phone line is the Chief Financial Officer of the company, Saurabh Gupta. And we also have Soumit Sarkar from our research team joining us. Soumit, over to you.
Thank you, Agam. So, Mr. Gupta, it is a mixed quarter for the company with revenues declining and margins expanding compared to last year. Now, I understand that the revenues have declined because of a weak mobile segment, but what aided the quarter on the operational front in Q2?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. I think so. Revenue saw a decline of 16% year on year, but there are two major reasons for that decline. First of all, the mobile business, which has been slowing down for us for the last 3 quarters now, were lower. So the revenues in the mobile business were lower by 55% year on year. And the other thing which has happened in the lighting segment is that our conventional CFL business has actually come to a stop. So although our LED bulb business has been growing, but this CFL business has come to a stop. So if you look at the lighting business numbers, the revenues are actually flat year on year. So if I adjust the numbers of lighting CFL business, the growth in the lighting business would have looked almost 15% in quarter 2. And so just at a company level, if I adjust both the CFL business of the lighting and the mobile business revenues, the growth, the dip in revenues would have looked like minus 6% as against minus 16%.
And what aided your margins in this quarter compared to last year?
I think so. Margins, one of the reasons is a strong performance in the consumer electronics segment, where we have seen lately a lot of customer additions. We have added Xiaomi as a big customer. We are doing a decent quantity for them as of now. Secondly, it's generally quarter 2 has always been always a good quarter as far as consumer electronic business is concerned. Though this time what has happened that Diwali is later in November as compared to October 19th last year. So some of the revenues have been postponed to quarter 3. So one of the reasons is the stellar performance in the consumer electronic segment, which has happened mainly on account of higher ODM business, higher our own design solutions. And also we started with the backward integration in July, so which has also led to the improvement in margins.
There was a slight increase in your gross debt also. So what was that related to?
Yeah, so gross debt has increased because what has happened that our capex has been front-ended this year. A lot of our capex has been done in first part of the year, which will of course deliver results in the forthcoming quarters. And secondly, the working capital requirements has increased in our lighting and washing machine business with the increase in order book. So those two reasons would be typically attributable to the increase in debt. But I see my debt levels coming down in quarter 3 and quarter 4. So that will get corrected in the forthcoming quarters.
Lastly, sir, how are the orders looking in Q3 given the fact that festive season now falls in the third quarter?
Yeah, so October has been on a strong footing. I think so. We have decent order book as far as October is concerned. November post Diwali will always be slower as far as consumer electronic and washing machine is concerned. Lighting will continue to maintain a healthy run rate. But I think so from quarter 3 onwards, what will happen that our mobile business and our security surveillance business, which has been a drag on the numbers in the first half of the year, will come back. We are seeing some new customer additions in the mobile business. We've also commenced the production of the PCBA for mobile phones. So that business should pick up in Q3. And also a security surveillance business, we have expanded our capacity there. And that business should also start to generate profits in Q3 and Q4. So I think so Q3, we expect the H2 to be better than H1 of this financial year.